At a neighborhood football pitch, one quiet afternoon, the air was filled with the joyful cries of children and the sound of a ball being kicked. Among them was Miguel, a young football enthusiast who never gave up dreaming. At 14 years old, he practiced passes with an old, worn-out ball, pushing himself as if to achieve the impossible. His dream was to become a great footballer one day. However, those around him told him it was impossible. His only supporter was his father, who watched every match and used his bare hands to make goalposts. For Miguel, football was not just a game, it was an escape. It was a way to get away from the harsh realities of his neighborhood, the occasional lack of food, and the mocking words of his peers. His mother had passed away at a young age, leaving his father to be both a parent and a friend. Despite it all, Miguel's eyes always held a glimmer of hope. His father was ready to give everything to support his son's passion. The time they spent together only brought them closer. One day, someone else appeared on the pitch, a man wearing a modest hat and a simple jacket. His appearance was humble, yet his movements exuded grace. Yes, this man was none other than the world-renowned footballer, David Beckham. Beckham paused for a moment, carefully watching the young players on the pitch. As he stood there, memories of similar scenes from his own childhood came flooding back. Beckham's presence there was purely coincidental. That day, he had come to London to visit friends but had gotten lost along the way. As he drove through the streets, he spotted this charming neighborhood pitch and stopped. Seeing the kids playing football, he couldn't resist staying to watch. The vibrant energy of the neighborhood and the joy of the children brought Beckham back to his own childhood. For a moment, he recalled playing football in the streets with his friends. This scene was both nostalgic and enchanting for him. Miguel's powerful kicks and energy on the pitch caught Beckham's attention. Yet, Beckham stayed quietly on the sidelines, observing like an ordinary spectator. He noticed the goalposts made of old tires, Miguel's worn-out cleats, and the tattered ball. But what stood out to Beckham the most was the determination and focus in Miguel's eyes. Every kick and pass seemed to carry a message about the future. When the game ended and Miguel stepped aside, Beckham approached him with a smile and asked, "Hey, you've got incredible talent. Which team do you play for?" Miguel, surprised by the unexpected question, replied, "For no team. I just play here with my father's support." Hearing Miguel's story moved Beckham even more. He noticed the makeshift goalposts Miguel's father had built from old tires and the worn-out football they used. Miguel's passion for the game, despite the tough circumstances, deeply touched Beckham. By this time, some of the neighborhood residents had also recognized the famous face and excitedly gathered around him. While Beckham politely greeted the crowd, his focus remained on Miguel. The boy's efforts on this pitch were a true reflection of pure love for football. "How about trying out for a team?" Beckham said. "I know someone who runs a football academy. I can recommend you to them." Miguel's eyes widened, though he found it hard to believe. "Really? But what if I'm not good enough?" Beckham placed a reassuring hand on Miguel's shoulder and said, "Passion and hard work are the foundation of everything. All you need is a little guidance and opportunity." Miguel's father, who had been watching the conversation from a distance, was overcome with emotion. Beckham turned to him and said, "Your son is incredibly talented. With the right direction, he can achieve great things." Tears welled up in his father's eyes. Seeing his son's dreams come a step closer was worth everything to him. The resilience he had carried throughout his life now merged with his son's talent. Beckham's presence inspired not only Miguel, but also the neighborhood kids and their parents. Miguel's potential became a source of hope for everyone. Before leaving, Beckham played a short game with the kids. Though brief, this encounter left an indelible memory for the community. A week later, Miguel found himself trying out at a football academy. Beckham quietly watched from the stands. Miguel's talent immediately caught the coach's attention, and he was accepted into the academy. This was just the beginning of a transformation in Miguel's life. With each passing day, he felt himself growing more and more. Beckham, too, was pleased to see how an ordinary day had made a monumental difference in a young boy's life. That neighborhood pitch became the place where Miguel's dreams began to take shape. The excitement spread throughout the neighborhood, and everyone felt like a part of Miguel's success. In his first year at the academy, Miguel not only improved his football skills, but also developed leadership and discipline. Beckham stayed in touch with him, occasionally visiting the academy for one-on-one training sessions. Miguel grew into not just a young player fulfilling his dream, but also an inspiring figure for those around him. Miguel's story became a beacon of hope for other children in the neighborhood. With Beckham's support, his father took the initiative to build a small football pitch for other kids to play on. This pitch stood as a symbol of Miguel's story for years to come. While the children played there, Miguel's tale of determination and perseverance was always told. Sometimes, unexpected moments in life open the door to great changes. David Beckham's chance stop at a neighborhood pitch paved the way for Miguel's dreams to come true. And perhaps most importantly, this story reminds us of one simple truth. No act of kindness, no matter how small, ever goes to waste. Today, Miguel is a rising star in the football world. But for him, the most precious memory remains that first encounter with David Beckham on the neighborhood pitch. That moment was the start of a dream. Miguel's success story proved to everyone how a chance encounter could change a life. It demonstrated not only the realization of a young boy's dream, but also how a community can come together and inspire one another. We have come to the end of another video. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to be notified of new stories. Let's move forward together on a journey full of inspiration. We will share many more stories with your support. Thank you.